Okay, video demolition fans. We have our post-sandblasting, pre-cleaning video going here. So I would kind of show what I did and did not do. Starting along this wall. Kind of got it off, however, there was a kind of a weird paint vinyl mix something. I don't know how many decades or hundreds of years old it was, but I just gave up. There were some sections it was just simply not worth the amount of effort to try and blast some of that stuff off. So I kind of gave up a little bit over there. I did get as much as I could along the wall here. You know, we actually got a pretty good job. Some of it just back behind what would have been the 1880s coke oven. It literally just baked whatever that paint might have been onto it. We did get rid of that little outcrop chimney. Some of the images may show we had the little wood 2x4s, and that was a little outcropping right there. And this led to a old unused chimney, not used in decades. That actually came out alarmingly easy. I'm glad I do not have to worry about that. I did, see if I can not step on shit here. So I did manage to get this blasted. We're gonna have to do some tuck pointing. That wire will go. It's still dusty. I have not vacuumed the wall yet. I ran out of sand at the very bottom corner down there, and when I started the next day, I just didn't have it in me to try and get that corner. So that's going to be a piece of what the wall used to look like before we blasted off everything. We've got our frame up over here. This is, of course, our big carriage door will go in that frame. This is just our service door. This wall, the bottom was heavily mortared, and it was old enough and probably original that it just was not blasting out. I was going to remove the brick, which is much, much softer, so I stopped. I gave it a valiant effort. I got this much of the white. This was an added section. The white came to about here in the building, and that, I won't say it came off easily, but more easily than this. So I did find that I was like literally resurfacing the brick to get that off, decided against it. And I thought, okay, this is just going to be the effect. It's probably shelving here anyway. The mortar came out. We got a lot of mortar out, whether I wanted to or not. We'll be tuck pointing a lot of this. Some of the old paint that was just, some of these show here how deeply the brick was sanding away. It was working like a mask on the brick. So I just kind of gave up, did what I could there. Down along this wall, same thing. I took the time to get where I could actually reach easily. I did actually kind of blast out the thin spots to create, you know, kind of a patchwork. I'm not really bothered by the kind of mixture of brick and whatever that paint surface was in the day. That was just, I could have blasted it off, but it would have taken me hours more time. It's probably behind shelving, not gonna worry about it. Same thing here, at least I'm down to the original 1855 brick. I'll be pleased with that. The front hall section here, same thing. I took the time, the bottom came more easily. I think they must have had a wall section there and they only put this heavy paint up above when it was bakery or something. I didn't get that board down, that'll come later. Kind of went through here, same thing, left a couple of spots. Here, I'm shading myself. And I did manage to get above the door, hooray me, and I started working on getting that off, and it was the same issue. It just created so much dust that visibility became almost zero in here while I was working on it. I'm just gonna go and maybe repaint the white part of it to make it clean. The shelving is gonna come out at least that far, so beyond the edge of the shelving, we should probably see brick from there. But I did get to the bottom, you know, pretty much as much as I could. Get an idea how much sand we have here. We are literally day at the beach here. Those are some of the bricks that we took out from that chimney there. Stair parts, we've got a bunch of lumber, but it's like walking through the beach. It is everywhere. Everything, lighten up a little bit, there you go. So everything is pretty thoroughly covered with sand. Our neighbors hate us. More sand. Covered everything. Ugh. Sand everywhere. And the baking trays that were used to hold the I-beam up and in place. So today is my broom and a shovel, and we get to at least dump. I'll give one little quick peek on this. On a positive note, we have our debris field of clean fill back here. That's also some of the chimney and brick there. But we can just dump our sand out into here, fill the pit, the monster machine, and this is one half of my project today. Next video to follow, I'm going to go upstairs and show what I did up there. Okay, second part. We're into the upstairs now. I did get this blasted out. So again, it has not been vacuumed, has not been sealed. That'll kind of clean it and brighten it. But it looks worse in the video than I think it does in real life. However, it was nice that I got all of this. Come the stairs, fair amount of dust there. Got our back wall done. Let's see, got part of this done. This is kind of a, like, there's kind of a before, after. I didn't bother with around the window this side. Let me see if the light will adjust. There we go. I didn't really bother with that. There we go. Before, and I stopped here. Bathroom is going to be with the window right here. Oops, get my light back. There we go. So this will be outside in the open. The bathroom and the window, there may be a wall right about there. So we're going to just drywall the outside wall there for the bathroom around the window, so that didn't matter. To get that clean, there we go, that little dark brick, it's a clinker. Apparently I was in the museum, and that's a specific kind of a weird effect brick. There's a few around here. You can just kind of see a little bit of the fade where the stair used to go up there. I could have done a better job of sandblasting that, but I'm on a scaffolding. I'm leaning out over the pit of death, so I kind of left it to that. You can just barely make out the faded, not so much there where the stair tread siding was. That blasts off a little bit more easily. But this wall, again, it'll need to be vacuumed, need to be sealed. It looks really chalky in the photo, more so than real life. But that is at least cleaned up. And another clinker brick right there in the middle. Those are kind of cool. And as I pan back out, now we're back to the tall wall. So same thing, I have not, still have my dusting. That'll buffer it out. A little bit of the sand, lighten up, there we go. And we had pulled back a fair amount. I was actually using a little screening, where is it there? There we go. It's a little screen sifter, and we had a little bucket system, and Riley was helping here screen fresh sand for me. Lighten up, there we go. So, if I can stand over here and not fall where I should not. So for our wall, we're now sandblasted. I didn't overly concern myself to get to the very top. It was blowing sand into the neighbors to the joist pockets. So I just sort of let those be original and dark up above to kind of get a sense of what it was. This is all that white chalky plaster behind the concrete plaster that was on the wall. That actually sandblasted off much more easily than the paint. The paint, like I showed down below, worked as a mask and really made a mess of the brick trying to blast the paint off. But the rest of this went pretty quick and easy. We now at least have a nice continuation. Of course, I've got to vacuum and reseal all the upper bricks because of the mess created. Let's see if I can walk over here and not fall. So we've got, come on, light, come on, lighten up. There we go. Come on, dark contrast, give me light. There we go. All right, so don't know if it'll show much of a contrast between the front, which has been, come on, which has been sealed. Lighten up. No, that didn't work. Once more. Yeah, close enough. In real life, it's more obvious that This still has to be sanded and vacuumed and sealed. It's pretty chalky still from the blasting, but at least now we have a nice 27-foot tall center wall. And down again, and up, I don't know what was patched and added into there. A little different brick line altogether. Maybe a chimney repair, I have no idea. See a little bit of our upstairs. So, my project today, number one, get all the plastic up and get all the sand out of here, throw it overboard into the back, bring up the vacuum, try and get this place, well, cleaner. And then work downstairs, get the sand out of there. Go to our back window. Let's see, make sure I don't fall as I do this. Not too bad. And here it shows a little better contrast between light and, there we go, where I blasted, and the other side of the window where I did not. Come on, contrast, light, there we go. So you can kind of see where I stopped at that window line. Kind of get back. The window's throwing off my lighting here. There we go. So, but otherwise we got that, the back door, and what will be the stairs. You can see some different bricks used here. They didn't care where they got them off the pile. Here you go. Now you can see a little bit of a ghost of where the actual side of the tread supports were, but this will all be exposed. That was the old stairway up. And this will be the beginning of the kitchen. That's our pantry. This is all kitchen, yet to be kitchen there. Okay, so enough video. I'm off to do cleaning. Sayonara.